They were just placed in the boats and ships, and they were, sailed out into the open seas. And we have many more examples from all throughout Muslim history. So we have to be very careful where we are going through. The storm again is raging again in the West. This is what we are fighting against. If you stop a person on the street and ask that person, if I mention to you some of the words of there, a terrorist, a fanatic, an extremist, which religion comes to your mind? Chances are a majority of them will say the name of Islam and Muslims. But we want to change the picture and want people to associate Islam with these things up here. Peace, submission to our Creator, guidance, success, best, solutions, progress, and ultimately paradise. We want to change the negative image of Islam into something which is positive, and it could be done, inshallah. Before, it used to be the fringe elements of the society who used to make extreme remarks. Fringe elements of the society. But nowadays, it's an open season for people against Islam. From the president to the pope and to the pastors and the televangelists and all of them. If they say something about Islam, media doesn't say anything. And guess who is harming? Who is getting harmed? The people who are getting brainwashed are the common people. If we don't tell them the correct message of Islam, they will get the message of Islam from them. And they are getting the message of Islam from them. There's a whole list of them, okay? Don't want to make your mood depressed up here, but it's a very reality that we are facing with. The negative propaganda and the brainwashing and the bias that we are experiencing. And we are thinking that, okay, fine, common people, they have brains. They are going to research on their own. That they're not going to think about this to Muslims. But guess what? 44% of the population over here, they think Islam in a negative way, unfortunately. They think that the number one religion which is prone to violence and terrorism is Islam. So there are so many incidences, so many clippings I have up here, but the bottom line is the common person is getting affected by it. So we are not just going there and conveying Islam to a neutral crowd. We are conveying Islam to a crowd who has a negative bias against us. So these are some of the challenges that we are facing right now. So if we don't convey Islam, don't live and implement Islam, these are some of the consequences of there. Hate against Islam and Muslims will grow. That is the natural process. If hate is coming from one side and repelling of the hate is not being done by us, hate is going to win. So hate will grow. Our rights and liberties would be compromised. Our right to wear a beard or a hijab or open the masjid and live freely as Muslims, it may be compromised. Our property may be compromised. Our lives and those of the others may also be compromised. But the most negative thing that we have to deal with would be on the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have to face Him. And to face Him and to be accountable for why we have not fulfilled our responsibility. We have time, we have money, we have resources, we have knowledge. And we have the Muslim community, 7 to 10 million of those. There were less Muslims in Makkah and in Medina when they went out and conveyed the message and they changed that part of the world. There were less Muslims than what we have now. There were less Muslims who went to Indonesia and changed Indonesia into 20 million Muslims. Less Muslims who went to India and to China and Africa and Europe. Less Muslims than what we have now. If they could do it, so can we, inshallah. Can we not? Inshallah we could. But if we wake up and take the mantle of dawah, inshallah, then we could change. We could change this part of the world and inshallah the rest of the world. Once we educate them, non-Muslim friends and colleagues, the public opinion for Islam will change, inshallah. That is the first process. If a person is holding something negative inside his heart, it will be very hard for us to convince that person. But by education, if that negative nature goes to positive, he could be more receptive, inshallah. More people would be receptive, more people could enter Islam, and it will become easy for us to implement Islam. The rule of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this world, the kingdom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this world. But the best reward that we will get, inshallah, would be on the day of judgment. We could stand with comfort in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, presenting our case that with whatever resources that we have, with all the shortcomings that we have, with the lack of knowledge that we have, we tried our best to convey Islam to non-Muslims around us. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us and forgive our shortcomings and accept our deeds. We could present our case like that. And inshallah, by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's all forgiving nature and mercy, He could accept us and place us into Jannat al-Firdaus, inshallah. So how can we meet the challenges? This is where we have to be paying, inshallah, more attention. How can we meet the challenges? Number one, each single Muslim should become an ambassador of Islam.